The purpose of this video is to show you a strategy, very simple, as to how to get more financial aid out of the colleges by what you do with your SAT scores. Wow, you already have the answer. I didn't even have to do this video. There it is, right there on the screen. And it says hire a good private tutor, not just hire a private tutor. Don't put them in a classroom with a whole bunch of other kids. You want that one-on-one instruction because that is the only way it works. You want to go on the cheap? Fine. You go ahead and put your kid in a classroom and get his points up by maybe 30 points, which he probably could have done on his own, and you ended up paying $600. Well, that was $600 you wasted. I usually tell my clients, go out there and find the best tutor that you can find and be prepared to spend anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 for a private tutor, and that person who is good because he's commanding that kind of money is going to do a fabulous job. I mean, come on, what's it going to cost you to send your kid to college? You're going to go nickels and dimes on a private tutor who could be responsible for increasing your financial aid package by thousands of dollars? Let me give you two stories. I had a client not too far from where I'm sitting. She told me that she had a son that she wanted me to talk to. So I went in to see him, and his SAT scores with the colleges that he had already applied to were about 50 points higher than what the schools were asking for. So she asked him right in front of me, are you going to take the SATs again? He says, no, of course not. I don't want to do that. I don't have to. And so what happens? He gets a $17,000 scholarship from the college that he really wants to go to, thereby validating why he didn't have to take the SATs again. And so when his mother called the school to verify a few things before they took off for the campus, she asked the guy on the other end of the phone if there was anything else that they could do in terms of getting more financial aid. And the guy looks on the computer screen and sees that the student had scored something like a 1390 on his SAT scores, which discounted the writing section. And so the fellow said, you know, Mrs. So-and-so, your son looks like he did really well. We gave him $17,000. And he committed the most outrageous public relations disaster right there on the phone with this next question. He said, ma'am, he said, were you aware of our 1,400 threshold? No, I wasn't. What's that mean? He said, well, for another 10 points, we would have given your son another $6,000 each year. Meaning for another 10 points, we would have given your son another $24,000 in grant money that he wouldn't have to pay back. Oh yeah. How would you like to have that told to you on the phone? All right? So if she had spent, let's say, $1,000 or $2,000 on an SAT tutor to get his points up just 10 points, do you think that would have been worth it? You think that amount of money for an SAT tutor would have been worth $24,000? Oh, you don't? Well, stop watching this thing. Recently, I had a student who needed another 2 points on her ACT score. So I told my client to call this tutor that I use for all my students, and so she did, and as a result he got her ACT scores up another 2 points, which qualified her to get another $12,000 from the school that she really wanted to go to. So the parent calls me back and said, I can't tell you how grateful I am that you have access to those kinds of really good professional resources. All right? So don't do this stuff on the cheap, folks. College is expensive as it is, so you need to spend some money to spend less. You want a really good tutor. Pay the price that you have to. Find out about this person. Obviously find out what kind of SAT scores he gets. The guy that I send all my students to gets my kids anywhere from 200 extra points on up. All right? So hire a good private tutor.